A 7.8 magnitude earthquake has hit Turkey. Initial estimates are that over 3,000 people may have died, though so far only 139 people have been confirmed dead with over 800 injured. There are also people currently trapped under the rubble asking for help on social media. Apartment complexes as tall as 10 stories are collapsing, and Turkey has requested immediate assistance from the international community. And a tsunami alert has been issued for Italy. A 7.8 magnitude earthquake has hit
Let me not do that because, YouTube real sensitive.
Horrific aftermath of the two earthquakes there, and horrific is the word here. Officials say today could be the last good day for rescuing survivors from the rubble amid this very cold weather. The death toll is already above 11,000 in Turkey and neighboring Syria. 11,000 people have died in this. Chris Livesay is in southern Turkey for us, where people are doing their very best to keep hope alive. Chris, good morning to you. The pictures and the stories that we're hearing are just soul-crushing.
Good morning, Gail. Behind me is an apartment complex that was completely leveled. And beside me are the family members of the people who once lived inside. They haven't gotten any sleep. They're hoping, praying someone they love is still alive. And today could not be more crucial. The first 3 days after an earthquake are when the probabilities of finding survivors are the highest. And today is day 3.
Life snatched from the clutches of death, and the triumph of the human spirit, both to help others and to survive. This time, an entire family plucked from beneath a mountain of rebar and concrete in Syria, celebrating instead of grieving. It's what keeps rescuers and volunteers going. Enduring one shattering death after another, knowing, hoping that eventually life is waiting, pleading just beneath the surface. Like this little boy in Turkey, restored to life, one bottle cap of water at a time. But for every life saved, countless more are lost. Yesterday in Syria, a baby was born amid the rubble, still tied by her umbilical cord to her mother, believed in her final act to have shielded her daughter's body with her own. Today, along with the newborn's father, 4 siblings, and aunt, she was laid to rest. Yet the search for glimmers of hope, like her orphaned daughter, goes on.
That remarkable baby was found with lacerations, bruises, and hypothermia, the types of symptoms that USAID workers no doubt expect. Indeed, we just spoke to U.S. Ambassador Jeff Flake, who tells us 161 personnel and 12 sniffer dogs have just arrived. David?
Good news. Chris Livesay, thank you so much.
Man, Lord, it's terrible. Hey, shalom, Maki, shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Kakwadash. Double honor to the elders, the apostles, the great millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Those in the gospel, broad living understanding of Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is Akia Mahalaya coming back with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord's would be edifying. This is another lesson on the update of this Turkey/Syria earthquake. That's pure judgment, man. Terrible judgment, because the Lord is very terrible in his judgments. As we read Hey, the Most High is not the respect of persons. Okay, you, these heathens, man, you're getting ready to catch holy hell, and all of it is really due for the affliction you've put on our people. Okay, the so-called Negro, Hispanic, and Native American. All right, Yahweh Shai has purpose, a judgment, and devised a judgment against you. Okay, now you do have Israelites in Turkey and Syria. We're not saying you don't, but for the most part, you heathen are catching hell. Okay, and brothers, this is something that we got to get used to seeing judgments like this on a horrific scale, and this is just the beginning, because that's going to come here to the west. In these cities and so forth, in these particular cities, these towns, these grid infrastructures, these things are going to be a normal thing in the times we're living in, because the Lord is rising up to put his judgment in the planet Earth, man. All right, Salaki, give me 1 second. All right, but anyway, Yahweh Shai is getting ready to bring more holy hell and judgment to this place because of the wickedness. Okay, you heathens, man, you've been getting away with folly and with judgment for a long time, and now, the Lord is about sick of it. He's rising up to the prey. All right, so matter of fact, let's get this in Habakkuk 3, and I'm gonna start at verses. Let's start at verses. Damn, I just lost it. Yep, let's start here. It says, verse 12, it says, "Did thou march through the land in indignation? Thou hast threshed the heathen in anger." Okay, and this is going into the judgments that the Most High is bringing upon you nations. Okay, we've learned over years in Indonesia, those particular mudslides, those volcano eruptions. Okay, but I think this is probably one of the most horrific ones in recent history, with the death toll being over 12,000, as Esau specified. Now, I speculate that the death toll can easily be in the 50, 60,000s easily. But of course, Esau Edom is not going to report that. But come on, man, look at that rubble. Half that damn city collapsed. And you mean to tell me that it's only 12,000 people that succumbed to that? I don't believe that one bit. And anybody that believes that, then, that's on you. But that doesn't seem probable when you calculate it and when you just look common sense, basically. It's not probable at all. Because, that's just too much of a devastating attack for that to happen. And it came down that America or the West may have been involved in that, because I think Turkey turned down like a proposal from NATO about a week ago, and they said that some type of scientist predicted that was going to happen. And then Turkey turns down a proposal from the allies, and then damn, this happened, because believe it or not, I think Turkey was trying to succeed from NATO at a point in time, if I'm not mistaken. You can look it up though, but it's been a while since I researched that. But I remember a while ago they was in talks of pretty much not dealing with that, because Turkey and America, though they're allies on paper, they're not really seeing eye to eye. Okay, and I believe, according to the scriptures, I believe Turkey may be Gomer. I don't know if it's Togarmah or maybe Gomer. I got to look at the sign again. But regardless, that they were supposed to be allied, I believe, with Russia, according to Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, when it came to fighting this Third World War and coming against the allies. So it makes a lot of sense. And if you pay attention, America, they're losing allies left and right, because found out that they had an attack on the Nord Stream 1 and 2, which we've said that. Okay, I remember I brought that out in a video that Babylon the Great was behind that, and basically they said it at the mouth. You had that woman by the name of, what's this bitch's name? Fuck, man. She was like some type of senator or something like that. She bought it out, and Biden bought it out. When they was asking him, how would you stop Nord 1 and 2 from running through the Middle East and X, Y, and Z? He said, don't worry. We got this. Don't worry about it. We got it. And all of a sudden they get sabotaged, allegedly, when the Russians invaded Ukraine. It's all just a shit show. But it says, "Thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, even for the salvation with thy anointed. Thou woundest the head of the house of the wicked by discovering a foundation up into the neck." And that's going to be upon the returning of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But let's look this up real quick. Because the Lord, he's known for bodying thousands of people, man. Like when he swallowed up Kor, Dathan, I believe Abiram, when he swallowed them up in a sinkhole, okay, when they was coming up against the councils and stating that the Most High wasn't only dealing with Moses, but he was dealing with that council too. Moses was like, look, man, get away from here. Let the Lord do his thing. And the Most High swallowed them niggas up. I think there was another account too when I believe it was the Most High allowed the angel to have their way. I believe it slew 77,000 Israelites, something around that number. And the Most High had to hold the angel back. So if the Most High kills his own people and no remorse about it, because the judgments, how much more you heathen? Okay, we gonna get jacked up. How much more you heathen that the Most High imputed as nothing? Okay, because out there in Turkey, you Kurds and so forth, you're nothing but a bunch of Ottoman Edomites, a bunch of Amalekites and Ishmaelites, with some Jake in there too, man. But you're mainly Edomites and Ishmaelites, and the Most High can't stand Edom. All right, but it says here, Deuteronomy 10:17, it says, for Yahweh your power is a power of powers, or a God of gods, the Lord of lords, a great God, a mighty and a terrible, which regarded not persons nor taketh reward. So this is light to the Most High, and we ain't seen shit yet. He like, please, you ain't even seen, and he ain't even begin to open up on you heathen yet. You think this is bad? Wait till the Lord really shows his colors and on how he really feels about this place. And us brothers, we just got to stay out the way. Because if you in the way, you're going to get caught up in that judgment. And that's something that you don't want to be part of that. Lord is very, very terrible, man. And he's not a respect of persons. Okay. Nehemiah 1:5, it says, and said, I beseech thee, O Lord, power of heaven, and the great and terrible God. Keep calling him terrible, man. And keep it the covenant and mercy for them that love him and observe his commandments. Now, were those not Indonesians, but were those Turks over there keeping the commandments of the Most High? Fuck no. Okay, they got their own gods they believe in. They don't believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, they got their own gods which have no power to call and worship on and call upon. Okay, they don't believe in our power because it's not given into them. The covenant was not extolled to them. Okay, so Psalm 66:3, it says, saying to God, how terrible art thou in thy works. Okay, through the greatness of thy power should thy enemies submit themselves unto thee. Okay, now look, now you got these people calling on their gods and they're praying, oh God, oh help us, and they don't know Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. All right, because look at this. This is just some screenshots or some thumbnails. But regardless, look at this, man. Rubble. And they stated that people are dead under that rubble. So when the smoke clears and they get all these particular buildings up, you know how many carcasses they're going to find under there? You know, a lot of this shit is like cap too. A lot of it is they come over there and they put their spin to it, set up crisis actors and make it seem like they're doing a great job of rescuing the people, but they're really not. They're finding more than 12,000 dead people. Look at this. It says crew continues to search for survivors as death toll passes 12,000. You could say death is probably in the 60, 70,000. It's probably 100,000s. You know, if over 5,200, think about it. You got 5,200 buildings that collapse. Let's just say you had probably 100 to 400 people within those buildings each, up to 600, 700 people. And you do the math. You times that by however many buildings collapsed. Then you do the math on that and you tell me if you get more than 12,000. Because like I said, the numbers ain't adding up, you know. But that's what Esau does. He fabricates shit. And like they said, they feel like this was an attack from the West. And it could have been. Okay, it could have been. Because, you know, that's how Esau gets down. You don't play ball with him, then before you know it, he levels your city. It's called collateral damage. Let's go here. Let me find a precept real quick. I kind of lost my train of thought, Salakia. In fact, let's go here to the book of Second Esdras. Second Esdras 16. And I'm going to start at verses 23. It says, and the dead should be cast out as dung, and there should be no man left to comfort them. And the earth should be wasted, and the city should be casted down. This is an example of that. Okay, casted down. Okay, being broken down. All right, this is going to be on the news for the next couple of weeks, at least. Earthquake death toll hits 12,000. In Syria, it's time to find survivors run out. Turkey, Syria, earthquake death toll rises. Experts fear more fatalities. Yeah, definitely do the math on that. Lord is not playing with these people, man. All right. Time. Man. God. Kill. They stated, I mean, we looked it up. They stated that when the Lord flooded the earth, they said it was probably over 30 million souls at that time that got killed. They said his killings was like in the millions. I could believe that. It says, why did the Most High kill 23,000 for sexual immortality? There's going to be more than that, man, because, I mean, just that sin alone is enough for this place to be destroyed. It says, why did the Most High kill 70,000? Yep, it was 70,000 of men of David's army. When the Most High was pissed off at Israel, I believe that was at the time when the Most High pretty much had an alt against David because of his sins. I think he gave him like 3 judgments to partake, and then he said, you can run from your enemies. You know, let me have my way with Israel. Or it was another one, I forget. But basically, the Most High fucked up his men because, you know, through the Spirit, David went off. All right, it says 105 verses about God killing. And I'm not going to go into all these. We're very familiar with it. But the scriptures say in 1 Samuel 2:6, God killeth and make it alive. All right, so let's get that real quick. And below the Most High belongs the issues of death. All right, 1 Samuel 2:6, the Lord killeth and he make it alive. He bring it down to the grave and bring it up again. I mean, that's simple. All right, it ain't no Satan, the devil that was behind this. Esau, yeah, the Most High used the devil, which is Esau, to bring it, but it's still through the power of the Lord. All right, one last precept, and I'm going to end it. Just wanted to give an update on this situation, nothing too deep. Isaiah 40:15, it says here, nope, Isaiah 45:7, that's what I'm looking for. It says, for I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things, man. All right, so that's what it is. Terribly shake the earth. That's Isaiah 2, yep. Isaiah 2, and I'm going to start at verses 17. It says, the loftiness of men should be bowed down, and the haughtiness of men should be made low. And the Lord alone should be exalted in that day. And the idols should utterly he abolish. And they should go into the holes of the rocks and into the caves of the earth. This is going into the nuclear destruction. But it says, for the fear of the Lord and the glory of his majesty when he arises to shake terribly the earth, man. Okay, and that's what he did. These buildings were collapsing. Now, I don't know if people were reporting on an actual earthquake or the buildings would just kind of collapse like a 9/11 fashion, but people stated that they felt the ground beneath them to start to shake. So obviously it was some type of seismic activity within that, but still, you never know how Esau goes down, because even doing the 911 thing, and I say it that way, those buildings were being pulled. Okay, ain't no fucking jet or whatever hit nothing. They pulled it. Like what you see in that video, how it just, bam, how they leveled it. Because when you pull something, you're pulling it from beneath and it collapses instead of topples over, you know. Mark 13 and verses 7, it says, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars, but be ye not troubled. For such thing must need be, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there should be earthquakes in diverse places, and there should be famines and troubles, and these are the beginning of sorrows. So there we go, brothers. But anyway, with that, all praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh Shai. And with that, shalom and above all, shalom.